My name is Dr. David Simmonds, and of course, I'm an assistant professor here in Koba teaching uh, computer information systems. Okay, so computer information systems is an absolutely fantastic major to take. All right, couple of reasons. Um, First of all, the job growth is incredible. Every area of our lives, are being infused with CIS, self-driving cars, delivered drones, self-checkout, um, you know, just information systems is just pervading so much of our lives. Soon we will have the Internet of Things where almost every object is talking to every other object. Yeah, self-driving cars would not only drive us safely but also talk to each other in driving us safely. Right. So we're facing a future with a lot of information systems in it, and so it's going to be, knowing technology is going to be pretty much like being able to drive. So even if you take CIS with another major, it's absolutely necessary. Now, CIS as a major in and of itself, right, is an absolutely great idea because, as I said, the job growth is incredible. The pay is really, really good. We're talking about six figures typically after a few years. And of course, obviously, a few years of really good performance. Um, two, two jobs. There are two departments that speak to everybody else in the organization, and that's accounting and CIS. So it gives you access to all of the organization. You make friends everywhere. Your networking potential is just crazy. Um, People all over need you. Um, and your ability to transfer your skills to other companies is absolutely infinite because computer skills are pretty much independent of the actual company you work for, right? So it's an absolutely great major to take. Yes, absolutely. Um, and in fact, I'll say from Jamaica to here in the United States, I've kept in touch with several of my students. And the ones in Jamaica are doing really, really well. The ones here are also doing fantastic. They're living really, really good lives. Um, you know, Very fulfilling. Yes, CIS can be a bit stressful or a lot stressful, but it's a kind of stress that's extremely fulfilling. It's a kind of stress that really makes you feel like you've achieved a lot, right? And so, yes, I from my personal exposure to students that I keep in touch with, yes, they've been doing extremely well. Okay, so of course, network. You've got to network with alumni, network with your professors, network with people across SSU. Build your LinkedIn profile, build it up. Invite people to join you, to connect with you. Put your skills on LinkedIn, have them endorsed. Um, you know, get your resume looked at several times. Have two or three different versions of your resume, depending on the type of industry you're interested in. Don't limit your job search to Georgia. Be willing to move anywhere in the U.S. Um, Start looking at recommendations from your professors from now. Give them an early heads up, and so what that will allow them to do, for example, is they're sort of having your recommendation in mind as they're going along and thinking, okay, these are some of the good things I'll be saying about this person, instead of waiting until the last minute and then they're like scrambling. Okay, what was this person like? You got to do it while it's fresh. Draft up your recommendations for professors when you're asking them. Um, Always remember to ask your professors for recommendations before putting their name on stuff. Very important. Um, so LinkedIn, your resumes, network. Um, Try to have one or two really, really good projects that you work on in your classes that you can use for your portfolio. You can send people to your website and say, this is what I did in my career at Savannah State. So yeah, these are some of the things I would recommend for CIS majors to do. It's very important to understand that CIS, Computer Information Systems, is not, I repeat, not the same as computer science. Computer science is super techy, super nerdy, it's for the geeky people. Computer Information Systems is very business oriented, and so it's very applied computer science. Yes, they have a lot of similarities. There's programming in both, there's database in both, but the way we do the CIS, especially here in COBA, it's extremely business focused. And so we put aside some of the super geeky, nerdy stuff and put in a lot of the business oriented stuff that business owners and managers really, really want for you to know, right? And so it's not about who can code the fastest, the most efficient. It's about who can bring the best solution to the business, right? And this is really what business managers need nowadays. Yeah, it's business focused computer people, right? And so our CIS program focuses on that and really has a big strength in that, right? So don't need to fear it. It's not super mathy, it's not super geeky, it's very applied. And we work, as professors, we work with you very, very closely to get you to where we want you to be. Right? So remember, CIS, yes, it's very pressuring, but don't think of the don't think of the pressure as stress. Just think of it as you needing to do as much as you can when you're able to do it. Keep focused. It's a critical ability of a CIS major to be focused, to be intense, to be in the moment. Develop your critical thinking skills. And just really put your all into whatever you're working on when you're working on it. Whether it's code, whether it's a database, whether it's a project plan. Just sort of really be intense about it. Be really sort of purposeful and focused in doing it.